Look at this fancy machine. Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we have a demo 1-pass Pottinger drill. So Pottinger Pottinger air seeder. We also have our front weight, our very applied concept, our very mount 350 front compressor. It's a great weight because that's quite heavy. But anyways, we're in the convoy. Father Phil is just putting on the strap onto the telly there, but we'll be on up and we'll get some sowing. So yeah, demo drill. It's exciting, love demos. So anyways, we'll be on. So we're here now, so we're going to just calibrate the machine, make sure it's still putting out what I want. So we fire up the screen here. So we have, roughly speaking, about 40 acres to do, but I'm going to set up everything here that will be able to see exactly how much we're going to be sowing. So I'm just going to reset my Datatronic screen. So all is reset now and it is ready to go there. So I want to do the calibrating. Yeah, also this video is sponsored by Sencrop. You don't know who Sencrop are. They are a weather station app. We have 2 of the stations over there. You would have seen when we put them in last year. Very, very valuable kit to have, and very interesting to watch and see what the weather's doing. So where we are at the minute is quite a journey from home, and I can pull out the phone as he was doing here anytime. So Father Phil, when he leaves the yard, he can already check to make sure that it hasn't rained, isn't going to rain, and the wind is okay up here. So while we're checking out, Sencrop are giving £50 off their service. There'll be a link in the description down below. You can head over there, learn more about it. I'll put up a little phone shot and we'll do a little bit more talking later on. Just under pressure now. Father Phil is coming here up the road, so when I get sown I'll tell you more about that. But first things first of all, just double check that this is calibrated right. So I'm just going to have to double check on my phone how to do it, and I'll show you how we calibrate this Pottinger drill. So I think I know what I'm doing now. So I have the screen set up there to do it. We just go to the machine now. So Liv brought up the 6270 and the manure shaker so that Father Phil could get the fertilizer out and we'd have all up here ahead of me. Not that we're putting out much now. I think it's a bag to the acres what we're putting out the 18612 at. That's all. So first thing I want to do is my calibration. So I want to flick this flap down so that puts it into calibrate. I have seed in it. I'll also be putting more seed in so I can flick that open. It's pretty cool, pulls itself back. There's a bit of seed in it from yesterday. So now, toolbox. And there is a weighing scales in here. Got my weighing scales. Tray here. Rope here. Onto that. So then I slide in the seed tray in here. Now. So now push this button till that's full. The yellow button here. Just weighing out the seed. Stop. Okay. Pull it back. So there's 5.9 kilos minus 2. 5.9. So 5.9 take 2.2 is 3.7. Yeah, 3.7. So just double check that that's what's in the cab. So it's done 13 revolutions of the seed wheel. So 3.7. Basically bang on the monies. So I don't need to do anything there, so it's still right. That's it. All's good, she's ready to go. Some seed in. And we get ready to rock and roll. don't think I'd fit another half a ton in, but could fill it up with some 50 kilo bags up the sides if we wanted. Anyways, that should be enough, I think, to do 2.5 hectares, I think, at the rate we're sowing at. It's 185 kilos to the hectare, 12 stone to the acre. It's 185 kilos to the hectare. Is this up? No. Ready to go now. When we get going, go out to the field and we get started, and when I get going, when I get the first round or two done, then I'll put out the camera again and we'll see how we got on. So yeah, we'll catch up in a bit. So just on the second round, working away there, lovely. You can see yourself there the job it's doing, going from my very poor ploughing to lovely nice seed bed, and smashing job on sowing it too, not a grain on top. Very, very nice that way. So the reason I got out is I got caught in a branch and I just want to turn down my mirror to make sure that I can see. I just want to make sure that I'm doing a nice job there. So trying to climb up here. Ooh. Turn that back down. No, it's just with our lovely weight block, it's just that little bit harder to judge my tram line, you can see there, because where I was working it last night, I was working from there. Now I'm working from all the way out there, where I can see a little bit more difficult. So I'll just double check with the mirror and see what I'm doing. So yeah, this isn't my first time using this. I used this drill yesterday, so 2.5 acres or 2.5 hectares. It's about 5 acres. It's just to get used to the machine. I know people love to see us trying to get used to machinery and all the this, that and others, but there's an woeful amount of pressure when you're trying to get used to the machine and filming when you're not comfortable with it, and especially when it's not your machine and you're afraid you're going to break it. So that's why I prefer get used to a machine then film it, because there's too many things can go wrong and a lot of these things can be costly. So anyways, ready to go again. So engage fan. So my fan is on that, turn on my PTO. That turns on the power here. Give it a welly. Drop. And onward and upward we go. So we're sowing away at the minute. We're right beside a very busy main road outside of Ballymountain. So there's quite a bit of pressure on me to make sure I get this done right. Because if I don't do it right, everybody's gonna see what I done wrong. So just a small bit of pressure. Also, we started just after 12. As I said, there's about the 40-acre mark. I'm covering 2 hectares an hour when I get going. That's what I'll be covering. So it's going to take me about 10 hours to do it. So I should be finished around 10 o'clock. Do you think I'll get it done in 10 hours? In the comments down below. But anyways, I'm going to just be on through these headlands. I have to go in 7 times, so I'll be way in there by the time I get done. Yeah. Once we get out from the hedge a bit, get away from roots, we can give her a bit more speed. But anyways, we keep going. So, just have the last round of the field done. So I've went around the field 7 times. Now I haven't put tramline in my first round, because to do that with this drill I'd have to sow overlap by a half. So I'd have to sow one run at 1.5 meters and then lap that, if you know what I mean, to get the tramline in right. So Father Phil just do it with GPS, not to over sow such a large part of this field, because in 7 rounds, in the rounds of the field, there's 2.6 hectares and 481 kilos of barley seed gone out. That's why I'm going into the yard now to load up again. There should be lots of space to take another half a ton. What interesting things too, this says I've 2.6, this says I've 2.3. Why is that? Anyone able to guess in the comments? That's because of the profile of the tires. We went from, when we put the new tires on this tractor, we jumped 2 profile sizes. So the tractor still thinks we're on a smaller wheel, and hence one's saying we're doing more than the other. That's why. So anyways, I'm going to go out here, get loaded up another half ton of seed, think the dinner's on the way to me too. Have that. And we'll go knock the middle of this field out of it. We'll go load her up with seed and we get ready to go back into the field and get another bit done. So, filled up, Padder Phil is putting out fertilizer in front of me, time to go again. So, we start her ups and downs, and we start tramlining off this headland. But I may have made a wee mistake. I'm pretty sure that I may have put a tramline in one of them runs there. So yeah, because the screen was on 7, and if it went to 7 it means it passed 5. Just what the downsides I have with this drill is that, press start. One of the issues I have with this drill is that the tram lines are done on the up and down rather than on the ridge marker side to side. It's on the up and down. So every time you lift it and drop it, especially on the headlands, you gotta make sure you keep putting them back or you eventually get to 5 where your tram line's on. So yeah, I think of a tram line point where there shouldn't be. But anyways, we'll get her all lit up now. All's on. All is good. Down our ridge marker, the side, stop, out, down, that goes down our sowing speed, ready to go, forward. Remember now, note to self, odds go to the road, evens come back from the road, and in that way I should be okay. I should remember where I am on my travels. Hopefully. So anyways, hopefully the next shots will be from the drone. Time to get another go of seed. So load it from the side this time, it's a little bit easier. Just want to hit stop on this, gotta make sure I press start again. I think I'm on my third, putting in my third tram line. So yeah, in there, 4 hectares done now, so 1.5 hectares done in the middle of the field. This was not too bad. Also, can't really talk and work the machine because it's so loud. It's very, very loud, and if you close the back window, you can't just hear the car hard that well. I feel like you could miss the slip clutch going, so the slip clutch is actually quite quiet on it. So the window's just ajar, so I can hear what I'm doing. So, if I have a ton of seed in, maybe. I have to shovel it into the sides, but we'll see now. We'll get this bag of seed in, and we'll be on. We'll get another bit done. Lovely roast beef dinner. Stewart Family Farm's finest bit of Frisian or Jersey bull beef. You want to try some of the beef for yourself. Look how tender the beef is. You can cut it with a fork. So if you want to check out get some of this beef for yourself, you can head in the description down below to Stewart Family Farm Longford. Head over there and you can buy yourself a box of beef. Well worth doing because it's a very, very tasty beef, if I do say so myself, but self-praise is no praise at the same time. Anyways, check that out. Never a great sign when you see that, but it's not too bad. It's just I'm getting a wee bit hot, and as you can see, a lot of dust. So the rag I was peeping out, and yes, a front PTO compressor, and we were in that much of a hurry this morning to get some weight on the front of this. We took off the PTO to save having to put it on. So even if I had the PTO and had an airline, which would make perfect sense for carrying that in front, I could blow down the rads of the tractors that go along, but no, didn't bring it. So I'm going to do what I can with the rag, try and knock off as much of the dust, put back down, and hopefully that solves the problem. But I may just say to Father Phil, he went home to spray, bring up the PTO and the bits, and we'll be able to blow the rads out proper and keep her cool. So, go put in hopefully the last bag of barley seed for this, another bag of Planet. I think it's Planet, that's the name that sticks in my head. Well, same variety as we saw. We have 6.9 hectares done, so we're well over halfway. Another 2 hectares-ish, that's all that's left. So what's that, 2 hectares is 5 acres. So, not too bad, but we get lined up, we get this bag in, and we get finishing. I still have lots of seed, but just do wish the airline to go out the radiator, because I got that warning again. So go give it a chance to cool down while I fill this up again, and hopefully that gets me going till Father Phil gets here. So Father Phil has arrived with the PTO and the airline. So we get these two out. We're also nearly finished now. There's not too much left. But the big thing is just to clean the rad. So that rad there is the one that is that's the rad that cools the hydraulic oil, the back end oil. And so on. Happy days. So now that is this field done, and I started it at, what was this, 48 now. I started this field at 12 o'clock. This has taken me 7.5 hours. Not much fear of me being done by 10 o'clock. Not much fear at all. Still have about 125, 150 litres. So I'll probably go have to get a bit of a top up, but we'll touch on what all this information is telling me in the next video, because I just kind of want to compare them, not so much to see how this does, but just as in the 3 methods of sowing, and just see what it's like. But this machine has done some job out there. Has made my very poor ploughing look exceptionally well finished. Rows hard at it down here, rolling away. And I know what people will say, yes, I have done a lot of compacting on the headlands, having to come down and turn every 3 meters. It is a lot. Is there anything we could do to eliminate that? I know in college what we were always told was you plough the middle of the field, you sow the middle of the field, then you plough the headlands and you sow the headlands. That ain't gonna happen around here. But you can see now we're actually where our spring rolled, and it's actually leveled up nicely from after me doing all the twisting and turning on it. So he'll be a while at it yet. Father Phil is just shaking fertiliser in the last field, so I'm going out here to start next. 1.9 tons of barley to 10.4 hectares of ground. Another fun fact, this says 9.5, this says 10.4. Just goes to show the difference in wheels, how much more I'd have done with the same amount of time in diesel. But yeah, the bigger tyres is nearly a hectare. In 7.5 hours work, I've covered nearly a hectare more with the bigger tyres on than I would have with the smaller tyres. Anyways, we'll go out here and top up with seed again. I'd say I have about 300 kilos in the hopper still, so I can top up and you can definitely see me through that, or I can sow. I'll chat Father Phil because I'm pretty sure he's hanging around here somewhere. Anyways, we'll get stuck into the next one. And that is this field done. And that's it. So another, I think 1.4 hectares, another 100 and something kilos of barley. Father Phil is here with the tea. So we'll get some tea, I'll fill up with diesel, and we'll then bait on for the night shift into a 9-acre field, I think, something like that, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I'll press stop on that. Finish that now and top up with seed too. So we'll knock her off, we'll go get a bite to eat. Just having the tea. What's your impressions on the drill?
Oh, it's a super job.
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh yeah, great job.
Lovely level job, so it is.
But the proof of the pudding will be in when it comes up, and we'll see how many strips is missed.
How bad the tremors are. No, that's the operator.
That's down to the operator. It's a responsible job, and
I'm not responsible. So, big thanks to Sencrop for sponsoring today's video. For those of you that don't know, Sencrop are a weather station app, I think is the right word. It'll pop up there on the screen. So last year we got our weather station, where 2 stations put in. One measures wind, one measures temperature, humidity and rainfall. Very, very interesting to see how they've played out throughout the year. It lets us know, as I said earlier, when the Father Phil wants to leave the house to go spraying, we know what's doing up here, because it is quite a bit of a drive, and it saves having to recce up here to go home to get the sprayer and then go back up and then for it to rain. So we know what's happening. We're not alone that, but I'm on the pro version of the plan, and as you can see there, when we planted the maize, it gives us a full expectancy of when it'll hit each of the stages based on the average temperatures throughout and the cumulative temperature, because maize is a crop that, based on the amount, the cumulative temperature of its growing, tells you when it's harvesting. And last year it was 2 days off, or we caught 2 days after it said it was ready to cut. So it said it was ready the 13th of October, we caught the 15th. So it is very, very accurate that way. And also, as you see, we can add other crops. So we add our spring barley that we sowed there today, and you can see we have our winter barley and our winter wheat there, and it also gives disease risk warnings for them, as you can see there. Your septoria, your mildews, your rusts, and it gives you an idea of what is the weather going to be likely to have them issues. It's a very, very good up for anyone that's interested. There'll be a link in the description down below. You can head over there. There's £50 off for the 2 weeks, first 2 weeks this video is up, so get over there before it runs out. You can ask them more information, just in case I haven't covered it, but we're well happy with it. And yeah, it's amazing to see the levels of rainfall in that. But anyways, we are finished with this video, so we're going to leave it at that for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. The Pottinger drill is really, really happy with it. Doing a lovely, lovely leveling job, as you can see yourself there. It just tidied up my mess any amount. We have 11.8 hectares done and 2,172 kilos of barley in. So we'll go back, we'll fill up, and we'll start the next video, start the night shift. So we're going to leave it at that. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That is it from me. Good luck, and see you on the night shift.